Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on the Simova channel when it comes to the Relese Notes for DevOps tool. I've shown in a previous video how to utilize the AI tool when it comes to a user perspective. So a user goes into a work item and has a description of this work item. Now when utilizing the AI tool, the release note will be automatically written based on that. But now let's dive into the configuration of the AI tool, because I can predefine a lot of stuff in order to write the release note exactly how I want, or more, let the AI write the release note the way I want it to. So here I am in my DevOps platform, as I always am, and I'll navigate to the Release Notes for DevOps section and into the settings. In these settings, we have the OpenAI area. And of course, as soon as my subscription is at that point, I can enable the OpenAI feature on top here. And what that does is it gives me the option to use all the configuration settings below here and to also put in authentication data, because that's what I need to do. I have to use my own API key in order to attach to my own subscription, which I have to a AI model. In this case, we use GPT-4, and I can configure this below here as well. For all these different commands that I have here, which we also can see in the previous video, where we can create, improve, translate, or validate release notes, I can put in different settings for my model. As we see here, for creating the release notes, I have these settings. Improving has similar settings, but when it comes to translating, for example, we set a really low temperature. The settings that we have here on the right side are standard chat AI settings. Like the temperature will of course determine how much will the different responses I get differentiate. So it will alter the randomness or creativity. If we, for example, have a low temperature, the tool will give me more deterministic and unified responses in opposed to a high temperature. But for that, feel free to check out in the internet standard settings which you can make for chat AI tools. So let's go into, for example, the create release note section. And here we already see the command that we give to the AI for creating the release note. And what we write here is create a release note, description, short and professional, do not include placeholders. The work item type is, and what comes here is a placeholder. And these placeholders can be predefined by ourselves. So in these placeholders, I can simply just pick a value from the system and hand it over to the AI when sending out my command. For example, it will send out the acceptance criteria or the application type, area path, whatever I want here, what makes sense to me, and the response will include the information which we have given to the AI. This comes in really handy to really set up my prompt however I want it, to get back the answer that I really want. What I, for example, can also do is create a release note description, short and professional, in bullet points. And from that point on, it will do that. So we've now seen the creating of release notes. The same goes for improving, translating, or validating release notes. For example, on translating, we can say, don't translate this into Chinese, but into English, which will come in handy if in my company a lot of people that write in different languages work. I can always translate this back into English. So I'll click on save here. Now I've saved all my settings. So to test this out, I'll go straight into the sprints where I have exactly one product backlog item. I imagine this looks exactly the same on your side. And I'll go in here in order to, in my case, create a new release note with AI. And as you see, because I've written that it's supposed to be in bullet points, it will be written in bullet points. I'll simply have to take that over. I'll make sure that the bullet points are after one another. And as you see, the release note is written exactly how I want it. And this is a huge benefit in your automatic release note creation. Imagine you have this put into your pipeline where you automatically create the release notes exactly the way you want it. And we've seen customers utilizing this tool, writing huge entries for the release note. And this is possible by simply defining this in the configuration which we've just looked at. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you were able to get some value out of this for your own release note creation. Simply go down to the comments if you have any questions, leave a like, and also feel free to check out our other videos regarding the release note creation.